Yeah, welcome back, y'all. Why don't these jokers leave Baker Mayfield alone, man? why don't they leave this cat alone? I like the cat style. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. I like his style. I like my quarterback to have a little something with him. I started liking him. I like his stuff before, and he a Texas kid. So any Texas kid playing ball and balling in the NFL, I'm rooting for. Any I don't care what position he plays. It doesn't matter. He from Texas. I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? So he's just happened to be playing quarterback. Baker Mayfield, since he's taken over, he's played in 12 games. Baker Mayfield is 6-6, right? They're not going to make the playoffs this year. They got close. It's a couple of games. Couple of games they should have won. They'd actually probably be in the playoffs, and plus, they probably would be in the playoffs. Baker Mayfield is 6-6, right? Baker Mayfield is 2 or 3 touchdowns short from actually beating Peyton Manning's record for the most touchdowns by a rookie, right? He brought a whole nother energy. When he came in when Tyrod Taylor got hurt, which I just knew that was going to eventually happen. That's just the football gods telling people, it's telling jokers, that's just what it's going to be, man. This is what's going to happen. And I actually like Tyrod Taylor. Again, I sit up there and said, I talked about Tyrod Taylor. When I talked about Kirk Cousins, I'm like, you could get the same amount of productivity out of Tyrod Taylor, and you don't have to, and you wouldn't have to pay them $48 million. Tyrod Taylor's actually better his winning percentage is better. But, that's neither here nor there. But I knew something was going to happen with Tyrod Taylor, even after I think the week before he got hurt, he threw a pass that was like, perfect. That's the only other term you could perfect. But I did a show a while back, a couple of months ago, right? And that's what I keep telling people about quarterbacks at any position. But I use quarterback because that's the position that got the most money thrown to it, and it's still not fixing the problem, right? And it was, I think that, and it was called, consistent with being, whatever they are. And that's the thing about quarterbacks like Tyrod Taylor, quarterbacks like going into saying stuff like, whether it's Tyrod Taylor, whether it's Fitzpatrick, whether it's a ton of other quarterbacks out there, it's like that's who they are. Consistent at being okay. They can't give you like he'll drop that ball in a bucket. I mean, you have to go. I forgot who it was they played, but it was a beautiful pass and it just dropped. But can you do that consistently? That's the problem. That's the problem with Tyrod Taylor's, Fitzpatrick's, with Casey Keenum's, with Sam Bradford, with the list is endless, on and on and on. With so many of these quarterbacks, with your Kirk Cousins and all these different guys, can you do that consistently? So far, Baker Mayfield has been consistent. 3,349 yards, passing 24 touchdowns. He throw 11 picks. You're going to have that as a rookie. Leave that kid alone. He got some moxie. I like my quarterback with some moxie. I was sitting up there rooting for him, coming out in the draft. Everybody got something to say about him. He this, that. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. That's who the kid is. People say he needs to shut up. He needs to do this. The whole thing about with him and Hugh Jackson. We don't know what happened between him and Hugh Jackson. We have no idea. And we probably will never know. It might not come out until Mayfield is retired. He may have told Mayfield, you'll never play in this league. You'll never amount to anything. He may have told him anything. I don't have no idea. Then again, he may have not told him anything. The fact of the matter is you got all these guys running around, and I get what they're saying. But that's something he knows he's going to have to deal with. He's going to have to prove himself either way it goes. So the way that I guess it's like Billy White Shoes Johnson said something once years ago. And this is back when the NFL, when you could, you can knock the shit out of somebody, and that was a part of the game. The game was intimidation, which wasn't that long ago, but I'm saying back then it was like, you come across that middle, I'm gonna try to take your head off. You can't even dare say anything like that now. Or if it's heard that you say anything like that, it's ridiculous. You can't sit up there. That used to be there. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get him. I remember Ryan. I told one receiver. He said, "Until I retire." He was telling the receiver. He said, He's like, I will try to take your head off every time I see you. You can't say that now. He might get fined and get thrown. Might get suspended 3 or 4 games. But anyway, Billy White Shoe Johnson said, you may as well catch the ball because you're going to get hit either way it goes. You're going to get hit if you catch it. You're going to get hit if you don't catch it. So you may as well just go ahead and buckle up and catch the ball. So saying all that with Baker Mayfield, I'm going to get hit and talk crap too. And I'm the quarterback. So Jokers is going to come and try to get me any way it goes. So it doesn't matter if I'm brash or if I'm this or if I'm that. Bring that. But see, I know what it's about though. We all know what it's about. We all know what it's about. Because, and I'm gonna just put it out there like that. He is a white quarterback, great potential. Love it. I love his game. Like I said, that's what I liked about Johnny Manziel. But the only thing about, like I told y'all about the whole thing, the difference between him and Johnny Manziel, this kid loves football. I think Manziel liked football and might have loved, but he loved being Johnny Football more than he loved being Johnny Manziel, the quarterback. He got caught up into that, and then of course he came in right in that time when social media was just going from one level to the next level. Commercialism, the quarterback system, all of that stuff, to this and all that mess, all of that. He got so much so fast he didn't know how to handle that. But Mayfield, this kid loves football. This kid's an underdog, right? And that is probably what he uses to do what he does. I have no problem with it. But one of the main problems I think that everybody has with it, or why he shouldn't do this, he shouldn't do that, whatever like that, is because anyway, he's a white quarterback, and white quarterbacks are not supposed to act that way. In people's opinion, they're not supposed to act that way. That's just, it's like you're acting a little urban, or you're acting black, or whatever term you want to, whatever term that you want to use. He's acting that way. And I don't think it has anything to do with that. What it has to do with is like, well, Baker Mayfield has come up in the era where rap music is king. He come up in the era where rap music is king. I came up in the era where it was still rock and roll. Rap was trying to come up. So you go back to the days of like when Emmitt Smith and all them guys and Deion, all them guys played and whatnot. You didn't hear no rap music around in the background. I mean, Hammer did his thing here and there, but it's not like you see all these rappers on shows and that stuff didn't exist. That stuff didn't exist. You still heard Bon Jovi in the back or whatever, this, that, the other, or whatever little corny song that might have been being played, some pop song or whatever the case may have been. But now rap literally rules the entertainment world. And you got rappers on these shows. You got rappers on these FS1 shows. You have Lil Waynes and Migos and all these jokers running around up there and stuff. These guys come up in that era where it's about swag and all this other kind of stuff. And so white kids are obviously exposed to this majorly. And the lingo and the whole 9 yards, that stuff is mainstream now. It wasn't mainstream 25, 30 years ago. It wasn't mainstream like that. It's mainstream now. And so therefore, you got these guys have that type of swagger. I hate that word, but that's what it is. He has that. He has it. You go back and check out Joe Namath. What other white quarterback before Joe Namath was like that of Namath? Namath was wearing the fur coats and stuff. Hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out. Growing Fu Manchus and all this other kind of stuff. He was doing all these other different types of things that was unorthodox for a quarterback at that time, and definitely unorthodox for a white quarterback to be doing. I mean, it wouldn't no thing of going to a black quarterback because hell, it wasn't any for the most part at all. But no, I think that's the issue that they have with him. And well, you need to act a certain kind of way. Or when like Colin Cowherd say, I want my president, he need to be president. I want my quarterback to be quarterback-intial or whatever the term, made-up term you want to be. No, he has to win. He has to perform. His job is to perform and win games. That's it. However he acts or whatever he's at, that's who that kid is. Because those guys out there are out there talking mess, talking everything out there. So he's going to be right along with it. Just case in point, guys like Larry Bird. Larry Bird knew that we're in a 70% thing. 70% in the NBA and whatnot, and with him being 70% NBA, he said, I want to play against the best. I want that best on me. If it's the best black, whatever. That's how he gauged his game. But it's not about trying to make it a race. I'm saying that's who this kid is. It's not a. It's not no whatchamacallit. It's not, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. I'm like, it's not an act. That's who that kid is. And he's a hell of a ball player. And I think he's going to be a hell of a ball player for a long period of time. And I think some of those guys in AFC at different times in Cleveland and Pittsburgh play, I think the whole thing, that whole 2 Heisman Trophy winners winning, or possibly, and all that stuff and whatnot, I honestly think that's going to be some major stuff, man, in that division with Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield. And I think it's going to be some real good competition, some good games and stuff like that played. That's going to be happening in that division, possibly between Baltimore and that of Cleveland. So we're going to see what happens, though. We're going to definitely see what happens in this situation. But leave that man alone. Whatever happened with you, Jackson, I just laugh at it. He ran that, did that. I said, but when Deion did it, because people will say, well, Deion was Deion at the time. He's just a rookie. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. These kids, it doesn't matter about, no, and it didn't even matter. Deion did this thing even as a rookie. Just the fact that Deion was playing baseball and doing this kind of stuff. So there ain't no need to be mad at. You gotta start somewhere. You can't get mad at somebody who's trying to resurrect a culture. And a lot of times that starts with that of the quarterback. He's trying to resurrect winning. They have not won a playoff game since 1989. I talked about this on one of my other on the thing about these owners being held responsible for fielding sorry ass teams. They haven't won a playoff game since 1989. So come on now. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? So he can be that quarterback, what they're paying him to be, or eventually want him to be, that guy. So that's his way of getting it done. And if he is the straw that stirs his drink, like the great Reggie Jackson said, then so be it. That's the same thing with Lamar Jackson. These guys are bringing a certain type of an electricity in it. Stop thinking these guys are going to be your Tom Brady's or your Tom Brady's or Drew Brees or Peyton Manning's or Aaron Rodgers, whatever. These guys got a whole nother type of attitude that they have. Completely different. You see what I'm saying? So leave the kid alone. Let him play ball. You know what I'm saying? Leave that kid alone. Let him play ball. I'll probably be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna probably be putting up a lot of different things today. Just a lot of stuff I've been wanting to talk about, and I'll come back with y'all. Like I said, I didn't say the last time. Like I tell you, there is no GOAT or greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. We be back in.